What's up, everybody? My name is Jim, and what we have here for you today is DeWalt's DCD 803 multi-head drill driver. While DeWalt already makes a great line of compact XR drill drivers, is it really needed? Or is it just a solution looking for a problem? Find out next after a message from our sponsor, BCG Construction. So, what it is the 20-volt atomic platform drill driver. And what comes in the box that makes this drill driver a little bit different than the rest of the lineup is the ability to attach multiple different heads depending upon what your daily task is. Your 4 additional heads, you have your 1/4 inch kind of impact driver style head, another 1/4 inch offset, standard drill driver head that's chuck, and a 90-degree. The drill itself comes with 2 speeds, 15 clutch settings, and a drill mode. So, not too dissimilar from the other drills in DeWalt's lineup, but again, what makes this different is it's kind of the Swiss Army knife of all, right? What this DCD 803 touts is in speed 1, 0 to 450 RPM, and 0 to 1650 RPM in speed 2. Kind of in the middle there when it comes to speed with this little kind of compact unit compared to a bigger drill driver, but not quite as small as maybe some of the smaller impact drivers in the lineup. But again, this tool, in my opinion, is not looking to be the best impact driver or the best drill driver, but maybe the best at everything all in one. So, take a drill bit, and I'm going to chuck on my drill driver head. You just pull the sleeve back, locks onto the front of the tool, locked on, and now I have a standard drill driver that I can chuck the drill bit into. And go ahead, drill my holes. Smooth operation, no issues. Now that I've drilled my holes, I want to go ahead, add some fasteners. Again, just as simple as standard. Take out your drill bit, pull the sleeve, pop off my head. But I'm going to go ahead and use more of the impact style driver head with just a collet. Quick connect collet. Positive engagement. No issues. Super smooth, super easy. I mean, no issues whatsoever. Let's say we're working with some more delicate work pieces, smaller items, and we want to kind of clutch down. I'm going to start at 1, and again, 15 clutch settings on here. I'm just going to start at 1 and kind of run through them a little bit and see how they land. So again, clutch setting 1, speed 2. See what that gave me, right? So let's bump it up to 2. You can see slightly deeper than speed 1, so linear progression so far. Clutch setting 3. Again, a little bit more. Clutch setting 4. I think this is probably going to be like a 5 or 6, but it's just good to see the linear progression of the clutch settings, because as we've seen in the past with some other tools, the clutch settings weren't so linear. Almost there with 5, so the answer here is going to be most likely 6. Perfect. And again, I'm impressed with the linear stepping and progression of the clutch settings, because it's not always the case with certain tools. So that's actually the first time I tested that. That's pretty impressive. In a lot of instances, when we're out on site doing fixture installs or working underneath cabinets, we don't always have the ability to get our tool or our drill or whatever we have into tight spaces. So DeWalt was nice enough to provide two solutions for that. One being this kind of offset drill driver head, which I use a ton with fixturing. We use it also in some schools that we do work in, where we have to kind of get in between furniture and things of that nature to drive fasteners home and put things together. Invaluable tool. See how this kind of drills? Again, you can set this up too in any kind of orientation that you want, and it will positively lock so that you can manipulate this to get exactly where you need it to be. Let's test out some drilling or some driving with this particular attachment. Adds a little bit of front weight to the tool, obviously, because it's a little bit longer, makes it a little bit heavier, not a huge deal. Again, this is a specific accessory, a specific attachment for specific instances that come up a lot more frequently than you realize. No noticeable difference in the actual performance of fastening, so that's good. And again, it allows you to get your drive to your workpiece without the tool body interfering with maybe a cabinet when you're trying to get underneath to get to that laminate countertop, or if you're on the side of some type of fixture and the tool body is going to be in the way of the actual fixture or furniture or whatever it may be, while the drive can get a straight line to the workpiece without the body interfering. In comparison, you could see here that if we had a standard drive, the tool would be in line here, and what could potentially happen is the top of the tool would interfere with your workpiece, where this attachment allows you to do whatever you need to rotate this to get the straight line of the drive out of the way of the tool. That's the magic of this attachment. On top of having this awesome offset attachment, another attachment that I use very frequently and I don't have to bring or buy an additional tool for is the right angle attachment. One of the great things about this is that you can orient this in any way that you may need to get into those tight spaces in between stud bays or underneath, again, under cabinets. We use this in fixturing, but a lot of times it's in between stud bays where we may be trying to work out of the way of the tool. And here's the best part about it is that all of the other attachments attach to the right angle. So you don't use the right angle attachment as an independent piece. You could, but as you see here, you have the teeth to engage with the other heads. So let's just say you had to drill a hole that was at a 90-degree angle. I would just add my drill driver head to the front of that tool. And now I can kind of operate this any which way I want to. I could flip this head around and I can fasten and make holes in any potential direction I may need to. And this may look odd or funny because we're in an open space environment, but we all know when we're in the real world situation, when we're in a crawl space, in an attic, in between joist bays, whatever it may be, this one tool with multiple attachments can save your day, save you a ton of time. So let's just say I wanted to do a right angle with an offset. I mean, again, it's not the use case here, but it may be the use case when you're under a cabinet, in a crawl space, in an attic, wherever you may be. I have the ability to create all of these different angles and not just a straight line from the tool through the drive to the fastener workpiece or drill bit, whatever it may be. I can create any angle, almost any angle that I need to be able to access what I need to accomplish. Now, one of the best features of this 90-degree attachment is that, let's just say this was too much length for you to get into where you needed to. You could just detach the extra attachment, in that case it was the offset, and chuck right in to the 90-degree attachment and still get your work done. Just that simple. No loss, in my opinion, to feel, no loss in torque, no loss in performance, no loss in speed with adding any of the attachment. To me, this is one of the most versatile tools in the entire DeWalt lineup. I carry it with me all the time because I have the ability to chuck on multiple heads and get multiple jobs done with less weight. I personally think this is DeWalt's most versatile tool in its lineup. What do you think? Leave it down in the comments section below. And with that, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.